Hello, ayan. Welcome everyone. Yan sa ating episode 3 ng
One, two,
ating
three.
Usapang
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 training
Training
at
at
iba
at
pa.
iba
iba.
pa.
Yan. Kailangan natin talagang gawin ulit yung script natin dyan. Parang nakalimutan na natin after season 2. So welcome sa ating season 2, episode 3. Tama ba ako? Episode 3 na tayo ng ating season 2. So again, we have our usapang training mga katropa at welcome sa lahat. So before we proceed with Balitang PSPD, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Pearl Martinez. I'm the Global L&D Manager for SGS and Co. And with me are my katropas. So, Ed, do you want to introduce?
Hello, magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Edwin Ebreo po, President ng PSTD at CEO of Executive Corporation. Magandang linggo po sa inyong lahat. AM?
Hello everyone, mga katropa. Ako po si AM Villaluz, Vistaprint Learning Manager and also currently serving as Vice President for External Affairs ng PSTD. Welcome.
Live from
Yeah,
Tunisia.
Yes,
live from
Good
Tunisia.
morning kung nasaan ako
Yan,
morning.
oo. Okay, so yung iba nating katropa will be in the background for now because they've mentioned na they are hindi na tayo out of office, out of the house. So we have in the background, we have June and we have, I see Louie Banta.
Yes.
Ano man gusto niyo mag-hi kahit short lang, Louie?
Hello po, Louie Banta, supporter ng PSTD. Currently on the road, kaya video off muna tayo.
Okay.
How about you, June? Are you alive there?
Video off din video off din.
Video off din. May mga familial duties si June ngayon. Okay, so before maganda yung ating topic ngayon, we move on from TNA. We had that series on TNA and now we're moving into training designing. And before we talk about training designing, wala tayong guest ngayon. Tayo-tayo lang and we'd like to get the latest from Balitang PSTD. So take it away, AM.
Ayan. Thank you, Pearl. A reminder sa mga katropa who are tuning in that we did change the program a bit. So pagka po kayo naka-attend and nakabuo ng isang series, you are eligible to receive a certificate of attendance, that you have attended a series. So kung natapos nyo yung dalawa on training needs analysis, and if you also, meron ka ng isa, and if you also complete I think we have 3 or 4 for design, then you get another certificate. Ayan. Let us. Medyo mainit ang mga balita. Right? Mag-share tayo, Just recently, ito sobrang init talaga kasi kailan lang to? Just this week na nakalipas, we had our February Tipanan and we had Chair of the CSC, Attorney Carlo Nograles, led the induction of the PSTD Board of Trustees. But truly the highlight also was the talk of Dr. Jocelyn Pick on the integration of talent acquisition with learning and development. And ang ganda po ng vibes, mga katropa, dun sa ating tipanan. And a lot of people stayed until the end. There was so much to pick up and yung activities, ayan, medyo super engaging talaga siya. So encourage you also na we will be updating you on the location of the next Tipanan. We already know it's going to be about strategic workforce planning, hosted graciously by Ms. Sandra Galang and the Ayala team. So ano na lang, abangan na lang po ang exact location and we'll see you there. Now, during the induction and the Tipanan, may isa pa kaming announcement and that is the location reveal for the 2024 PSTD National Convention. And dahil nandito kayo, we'll do a location reveal for you.
Last year unveiled a new chapter and a breakthrough in convention experience. Prepare yourself for a bigger, better, brighter PSTD 49th National Convention at Hilton Sun Valley Resort, Clark, Pampanga. Connect with fellow practitioners. Hear from industry leaders, public, private, and academia. Explore groundbreaking technology. Shine a spotlight on sustainability. But above all, let human talent, potential, and possibilities continue to excite you. This year, celebrate and champion the human advantage.
Ayan. If you're from Manila, di na kailangan lumipad, lumangoy, sumakay ng barko. Napakadali po to get to Clark, Pampanga. And also we have really some amazing and new things to offer to you as an NC participant. So we have a tech exhibit and we will have multiple activities so that you will also be continuously engaged through the session. So kita-kits, mga katropa, September 16 to 17. Lock nyo na po. Yan. What else do we have coming up this March? Eto, wait. Ayan. I'm excited about this as well. This March 4, 2 to 4 p.m., we have a free 2-hour webinar. It's called Pathway to Professional Excellence. And in this session, we'll really be covering how the certification courses that we offer at PSTD can help you in career advancement and professional branding. You've heard us talk about certification several times. If you're curious about it and want to know, is there something in it for me? Para sa akin ba yan? Does that match what I want to do and wish to achieve? Then we highly encourage you to register and join the session and ask the questions that you have also regarding our programs and your own, how it matches your own career goals. Ayan. March 4, 2 to 4 p.m. And of course, we still have a couple of programs that we're also running in March. The Training Facilitation Certification Program facilitated by April Salonga. Kung gusto niyo pong mag-join dito, sorry, puno na po. Ayan. Alam ko puno na tong class na to. And so abangan natin yung next run ng Training Facilitation Certification Program. But you can still sign up for Designing E-Learning course facilitated by Katropang Marby this March 18 via Zoom, 18, 19, and 22. Ayan. If sakto-sakto sa topic natin today. And of course, PSTD continues to be pursuing bigger, better, and brighter. Pero of course, we also need more people and more volunteers. If after attending these sessions, you feel excited and wish to contribute, join and support one of the committees. You can email Norman. Hi, Norman, who's also here with us today. If you feel like your strengths align and you wish to contribute to any of these subcommittees. Ayan. Specifically, we're also looking for facilitators. So as we grow our facilitator pool, not just for existing programs, masyadong marami pa kaming plano for our members, no? Kayo. So if you also feel like you have solid background and expertise on specific talent development topics, have a good reputation in the industry, have advanced skills in facilitation and competency development, and you're willing to go through PSTD certification process, please email your CV to Olin and to programs@pstd.org. If it's not you, you know someone, please call on them, encourage them, and we would be happy to have all these people that you recommend for facilitators. Ayan. That's it for Balitang PSTD. Thank you so much, Pearl.
Yan, salamat AM. Yan, talagang pupunta na ako sa National Convention this year. Yung block off ko na. Block off nyo na rin. Mag-file na kayo ng leave. Para hindi kayo ma-caught unaware pagdating ng September, ay, meron pala akong mga gagawin.
Magpa-approve, Pearl. Magpa-approve.
Yes. File and approve.
Ng budget. Magpa-approve ng budget.
Ayan. So, napaka-exciting ng ating PSTD for rest of the year. At marami pang lalabas na activities yan as we go along the year. Now, for our topic, sabi nga, moving on, uso naman ng mga nag-move on ngayon, di ba? Kaya sabi nga ni, ni AM, kung hirap kayong mag-move on, ito ang topic na maganda sa inyo. Kasi ito ay moving on. So mula sa TNA, we've just finished the topic on TNA and now we go into training design. Sabi nga ni AM, merong course si Marby dyan on designing e-learning programs. Dapat yata mag-enroll ako dyan dahil puro kami e-learning. Anyways, so what entails yung moving on from TNA to training design? Alam ko marami sa mga bagong trainers, nag-usap nga kami ni Ed na kita ko sa mga ibang trainers na nakakausap ko and kasi marami kaming technical trainers. And I could see them parang, sige, ito yung TNA, minsan nga wala pang TNA eh. Ang designing nila ay PowerPoint. Parang, sige, lagay natin sa PowerPoint. But of course, hindi doon nagsisimula at nagtatapos ang buong training design process. So, Ed, I think you have a short presentation about this.
Yes, thank you, Pearl. Ano ba? This is the start of a series. So, maaari pong yung ibang mga maganda kumpletuhin nyo syempre yung buong series, ano. At today, ang magiging focus natin is how do we move from the training needs analysis to developing learning objectives. Okay, which is the anchor or the yung link between the training needs analysis and the design are the learning objectives. At yun yung i-cover natin ngayon. So let me share with you a few slides that I prepared for tonight. Ayan. I hope you can see it. Okay. So, ang sabi, pag nag-move on ka daw, don't forget the lessons. So in the last 3 episodes, we did the topics on TNA. And I want to highlight itong nakikita niyo po dito, yung nasa bandang dulo. Pagkatapos natin mag-FGD, mag-survey, kunin yung data sa performance appraisal, sa IDPs ng mga tao, yung analysis ng organizational strategy and specific task. Anong gagawin mo dun sa data? You have to mine the information for training needs. Diba? Sabi natin, separate yung non-learning needs at saka learning needs. And then, you identify the learning objectives and use it as basis for learning and development planning and strategy. Ngayon, pag tinignan po natin yung paggawa ng TNA, no, merong tayong tinatawag na 3 layers or 3 levels of training needs analysis. Yung organization or group level where you want to find out the learning needs pan organization or a group. Sa program level na madalas hindi nagagawa sa TNA ay yung program level TNA. Yung pag na-identify, kailangan ng project management training. Okay? Natatapos na doon. Kaya kapag naghanap ng training provider, pag tinanong ano yung learning objectives, walang learning objectives kasi yung TNA na sarado na doon sa kailangan ng project management training, kailangan ng sales training. So what you want to find out, what do we take up in the training to address the performance needs of the employee? And you will use it for designing the training. And then you have the individual levels where you want to find out the individual needs of the employees so that we will know if they need that training or not. Okay? So ano yung outputs? Doon sa organizational level, you use it as for L&D planning. Sa program level, kailangan mo yan for transcript of records tuloy. Terms of reference. Sorry. Transcript of records. Terms of reference kapag ka mag-outsource ka ng training, hindi ba? Hindi yung pabili nga po ng emotional intelligence training. Anong objectives, di ba? At kung magdi-design kayo internally, that will serve as your basis for course design. Yan. So, for the month of March, ayan po yung i-cover natin. At tonight, we will start with formulating learning objectives. Okay, so sisimulan ko po yung usapan with some of the elements of learning objectives, and then lalaliman natin as we go along. So for this discussion, I'm going to introduce three. I know in other organizations, meron pang workplace development objectives, no? Which is, I think, also very important from organizational level to individual level. So, pagka magdi-design ka ng training, dapat masasagot mo itong tanong na ito. Ano yung makakayang gawin ng tao after attending the training? So, that's your terminal or performance objective. Yung terminal objective na yon is broken down into enabling objectives. Magandang gamitin yung Bloom's taxonomy in structuring your enabling objectives. Ngayon, kung yung training mo medyo mahaba siya, hindi siya isang session lang or isang module lang, marami siyang modules. So meron kang mga modules or session or process objectives. And balikan ko lang po uli yung terminal objective, no, yung performance objective. So it answers the question, what will the learners be able to do? Not learn, ha? What will the learners be able to do by the end of the training? So, meron tayong tinatawag na ABCD model. AM, i-share mo yung structure na ginagamit mo. ABCD stands for audience, who will be attending the training. What behavior do we expect from them? What are the conditions? And then for you to achieve the objectives, and how do we know that the person performed well? There is a standard, no? Yung nakikita niyo po sa ilalim niyan ay yung example ng terminal objective. And if you break it down into ABCD, it should look like this, no? So yung audience mo, yung customer service representatives na bago, yung behavior, resolve customer complaints using the company's online support system, at yung condition, dapat nakumpleto nila yung 2 days na training, at saka meron silang job aid na gagamitin. And then yung degree is yung satisfaction rating of at least 90% from customers. So it should look like this, no? Pag binuo mo yan, ito yung terminal or performance objective that covers the entire 3 days of training. Yung enabling objective, these are just examples. There should be a long list of enabling objectives. And then if you break them down into topics, the session objectives will look like this. And when you have that, you have now the basis for the topics or the outline of the training program. Kailangan ibangga mo yun. Dapat aligned sila. Now, kanina nabanggit ko yung Bloom's taxonomy. Ang i-share ko sa inyo, ito yung yung traditional na Bloom. Okay? Kasi kaya ako sinabing traditional dahil doon sa modern ay nagbabaligtad yung synthesis at saka evaluation. They use the term create. But based on my experience, yung analysis, synthesis, and evaluation can happen simultaneously. No? So, when you write your learning objectives, it helps to start with a verb. Okay? And these are examples of verbs that you can
Nawala ba si Ed o ako ang nawala?
use. And then,
Ayun. Parang nawawala pa, Ed.
nawala ba ako? Ay, naging unstable.
Yun.
Am I still
Okay na,
here?
sir. Yes,
Okay na, sorry.
akala ko
So,
ako.
quick example lang po. Okay, ayan. Halimbawa, mag-aaral ka kung paano mag-drive ng kotse. No, hindi ka marunong. So, ito yung mga examples. Under knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluating. So, pag dinesign mo yung training, it should cover these areas. So, ayan po. Yung ano, no, in a nutshell, is how you write learning objectives. Of course, we have more time now to discuss the details. So I'll hand the control of the proceedings to you, Pearl.
Okay, yan. Ang ganda nung presentation ni Ed. So, kung may mga tanong kayo, especially when you are designing, lagay nyo lang dun sa chat and we will address those issues. Siguro, to start off the discussion, I think one of the things that trainers should always ask is bakit kailangang performance-based yung learning objectives? Bakit hindi pwedeng to know? Ganyan. Bakit laging merong to be able to do?
Oo. Kasi dapat observable and determinable. So you know so that you know you can determine if they're able to do it or not at the end of the training. I think this is where no, yung training is differentiated from like a seminar or a lecture, 'di ba? Kasi pag nagtitrain ka, dapat pagkatapos marunong, kayang gawin, 'di ba? So, kaya ang natin performance based or behavior based yung pag-state ng mga learning objectives.
Mhm. Tapos, how about you, AM? What do you think?
Kanina yung papasok sa isip ko, no, when you were showing Ed yung example yung parang red na table, di ba?
Oo.
Fill out muna natin lahat, tapos yung topics, question mark. Pero aminin natin, minsan o madalas, doon nag-umpisa to sa
Ay, isipin yung objective.
question mark. Oo.
Lagay mo na yung
pabaliktad.
outline, tapos ng objectives.
Ayan. Tapos nakakasanayan na siya. And what's the danger when you do that, pag hindi siya anchored on learning objectives and topics lang siya, babalik at babalik din. Because usually there's a gap eh. There's a reason kung bakit dinedesign yung program merong gap. Pag wala kang learning objectives na ma-measure at the end and matatali mo into outcomes in the end, then you most likely will have to repeat that process of training again.
Agree. Kapag yung when I'm invited to evaluate, for example, mga training design, sometimes I invited by some government agencies for accreditation of training service providers. Yun yung makikita mo agad yung nagsimula sa outline bago sa objective. Kasi hindi align hindi align yung outline dun sa learning objectives.
Saka minsan, pagka sinimulan mo dun sa outline, pag nag-iisip ka na ng objective, bakit ko nga ba ito inilagay dito, di ba? Dahil lang feel ko na kailangan ito, di ba? Pero dapat magsimula tayo. Ano ba yung gusto natin as a trainer and na malaman nila? And secondly, ano din yung dapat magagawa nila after the training? Para, I think, when we do di ba, the design, kailangan pa nga at the end, meron kang parang, ano yung performance measures mo? Di ba yung metrics mo at the end, meron kang evaluation methods para makita mo, nagagawa ba yung objective mo, anong gagawin mong evaluation measure, di ba, para makita mo kung nagagawa nga ba. No lang. Ano mo malalaman kung no? Di ba? Wala kang metrics para malaman na no. Para ba, meron bang nakikita mo ba yung yung light bulb dun sa kanilang ulo pagka sinabi mong no? Pag umilaw yung light bulb na yan, ay, nag-no.
Siguro which brings this question, and I invite everyone to answer this question. Ano yung risk when your learning objectives are vague, like understand, know, ano pa ba? Appreciate, Ano ba yung mga term na ano natin? Meron pang isa, demonstrate understanding.
Okay na sana eh.
Demonstrate
Tapos,
understanding of. Oo. At
yeah.
saka yung mga sa mga nakikita ko sa mga marketing na mga training ano no, breakthrough, no? Achieve breakthrough in ganito
Yeah.
ganyan. Oo. So yun yung
Sige.
ano, yun yung ano ang risk, what kind of risk do you run kapag ka ganon yung mga learning objectives?
Ayan, may tanong nga dun sa chat, no? Halos parehas yung tanong ni Gerald and I think si
Maybe.
Dick ba or nawala yung tanong.
Hindi, si
Si
Zik,
Miggy.
Gerald and si Miggy. Sabi ni,
ah,
I would like to know more about the difference between enabling and session objectives. And si Gerald naman, ano po ang difference ng terminal objectives, enabling objectives, general learning objectives, at learning outcomes? Yan. Anong masasabi niyo dyan? Ed and AM.
DM, gusto mo sagutin?
Wait lang. Okay. Sige. That yung terminal objective is the ultimate objective. And the enabling objective, simply put, is ano yung mga kailangan mo munang ma-achieve na objectives na
Mm.
magli-lead dun sa terminal objective.
Mm.
Now, minsan, there's a, what you call this, there's a trap that we fall into as designers wherein nagmumukhang process flow, yung terminal and enabling objectives, which is hindi. It's not necessarily step-by-step na gawin mo
Yes.
to, diba? Gawin mo to, tapos pag nagawa mo to, achieve the terminal objective. It's
Mm.
really about each level of learning objective. Kaya, and if you can flash Bloom's again, no?
Mm.
It's understanding ano yung level, up to what level. Because tali rin yan, I had a question for you, which is, how do you know which levels ng Blooms ang hanggang saan i-apply? Because that's another question that sometimes nakatali rito. Pag gumawa ba ako ng enabling objectives, kailangan kuha ko siya lahat or up to a certain point only. Pero before that, i-ano rin natin. Meron pa bang hindi na?
Ayan. Shinare ko. Ito yung gusto mo makita, AM?
Yes.
Ayan.
Yes.
Magandang tanong yun. Ano? In fact, when I run yung certification course on training design and I show this, some of the participants na nagraran na ng training, yung mga subject matter experts, realize na yung training na kinakandak ko hanggang comprehension lang. Medyo sugal pa. Hindi pa ako sure kung na-comprehend nila. Kasi puro lecture yung ginawa ko. No? Nag-explain to that lang ako ng mga concepts and process. Diba? Yung tanong na gaano kalalim, no? Yung, for example, yung evaluation, sometimes mahirap ma-achieve yun kung maigsi yung training. Diba? Pero kung comprehensive yung training mo, it should be able to achieve that. At least dun sa sa synthesis. Halimbawa, at the end of halimbawa, it's a project management training. By the end of the 3 days training on project management, the participants, the project managers or the project engineers will be able to develop a project plan. Okay, following the project management body of knowledge standards. That's synthesis eh. Pag tinignan mo yung terminal objective, that's synthesis. Okay. Tapos if you allow the participants to see the difference between a well-designed, a well-planned project and not a well-planned project, they should be able to distinguish between the two. That will be an example of evaluation. So that's where I come from when I talk about Bloom's taxonomy.
So, follow-up ko lang. Let's say we're teaching a course on hygiene para sa food, diba? And beverage industry. Hand washing, ganun kasimple. And you're asked to create a simple training program on hand washing. So, pag tinanong ko yung class, hanggang saan yung objectives na isa-set nyo?
Application.
Mag-vary yan eh. Oh, exactly, application. Diba? Kasi hanggang ability lang to wash your hands properly eh. Hindi na natin yan i-complicate. You don't need to analyze anything. or synthesize or evaluate afterwards.
And
So,
it could be yung hand washing could be a program under proper hygiene.
A
correct.
very complete program.
So
Yun din
session
siguro,
objectives yung ano nun,
correct.
magiging session objectives. Okay.
And I think making sure that you know hanggang saan yung training mo, di ba? Kasi minsan meron tayong mga trainers na problema na ang dami-dami kasi nating alam. Gusto natin lahat yun magawa, ilang oras lang yung binibigay sa atin for a specific topic, kunyari, di ba? Tapos gusto nating i-scrunch lahat doon. So, dapat sa design pa lang, nakikita mo na, is it really realistic to put in all of these topics na naiisip ko, di ba? Talaga bang dapat at the end of 2 hours, may synthesis, may evaluation pang mangyayari? Baka hindi naman kasya. So, dapat malinaw sa objectives mo pala. Hanggang saan lang ba yung gusto mong maabot, di ba, ng mga participants mo in terms of what they can do after the training. Yan.
May
Ayan,
magandang
madami.
input. Oo. Medyo mainit din yung chat. Thank you,
dami.
Zeke and Maggie, for your tips.
Kung may boses lang yung no? Mas malalim pa yung discussion sa chat.
Kaya
nga.
nga
Meron
Ito na
pa
nga, yung criterion condition ni June. Ano ba to?
Meron pang sinulat si Zeke, di ba, na whether trainer or teacher, also Anderson has proposed a revision to Bloom's taxonomy.
Ito yung pinagbaligtad yung yung synthesis at saka evaluating. Tapos meron ako isa nakitang model na pag pagdating dun sa yung analysis creation or synthesis and evaluation is they can happen simultaneously, which I relate to a lot. Because sometimes you use a methodology that allow the learners to analyze, create, and evaluate. Pwede kasi talaga siyang magawa. Siguro
Yes.
yung halimbawa yung sinabi mo Pearl kanina na paano natin malalaman kung na-achieve yung objectives, 'di ba? Doon sa sa certification course natin on training design. Ayan, para po ako nagpa-plug pero totoo po ito. Pagkatapos mong ituro yung learning objectives, yung kasunod ay for yung training evaluation. Kasi itutuhog mo yon doon sa design process mo, tinitignan mo rin ano yung mga formative evaluation methodologies that you're using to determine if the learners are learning as the training happens. 'Di ba? Hindi yung sa dulo lang, hindi summative lang, formative din. And yung formative, i-embed mo yun doon sa training design Hindi siya dapat nangyayari sa dulo lang. You want to find out how the learners are progressing with the learning objectives. Yun yung sagot ko doon sa yung tanong mo kanina, how do we measure the learning objectives?
Also,
On
siguro
cam na. Sige,
isang
go per lag-on cam na si Jun Kako. Pwede na niya explain
and Jun,
after.
gusto mo bang pag-usapan yung mo, criterion completion mo? Talagang na-challenge si June, nag-online talaga.
Hindi, kasi may example ako doon, if I may, di ba? Yung motor or magtuturo ka ng driving, something that we can relate to. O, di ba? So kung ang objective mo lang is, at the end of this training, the participants will be able to learn how to drive safely. Mukhang magandang pakinggan. Pero iba yung condition at criterion ng pagdadrive ng tren, ng truck, ng two-wheeled motorcycle. So pag hindi mo nilagyan ng criterion condition, hindi mo matutuhugat talaga yung mo maaapektuhan. Similarly, kahit sa project management, so at ba ng methodology, anong klaseng methodology ang dapat na matutunan? Diba? So same with, let's say, at the end of this training, the participants will be able to learn strategic planning tools. Ang daming tools. Diba? So, yun lang yung kondo.
Oo, tama. Siguro, tatanungin ko rin sa inyo, Ed, isa sa mga challenges namin is that paano pag yung kunyari may ini-incorporate ka na pre-work sa iyong training. Usually kami meron kaming e-learning part ng aming LMS, meron kaming mga e-learning platform kasi. So, paano kung nag-incorporate ka na, kasi ang gusto mo, yung mismong training session is only like up to 2 hours. Pero part of that, may pre-work ka. Do you include in the learning objectives, yung pre-work na binibigay mo?
AM?
Oo, sa akin oo. Kasama pa rin siya. So let's say we use the example that Ed gave, no, sa knowledge name parts of a car, repeat steps in driving car. Pero you actually just want the session to be more focused sa application. So pwedeng yung knowledge and comprehension, iuna nyo na as pre-work. But it's still part of the learning objectives. You just chose to address it through a self-paced material before they enter the face-to-face session. Kasama pa rin siya.
Yep. Agree. Ang sagot ko diyan, Pearl, ganito. 'Di ba nagsimula tayo sa learning objectives. Hindi pwedeng magpapa-pre-work ako tapos saka ako iisipin nyo anong learning objectives ng pre-work. Hindi kasi ano siya delivery strategy, yung part siya ng delivery strategy. So in short, kaya mo ginawa yung dinesign yung training with the pre-work is because it serves the learning objectives. No, na-realize mo na ito yung learning objectives ko, ito yung expectations, yung time na binigay sa akin, inallocate is limited. So we don't have time to like blow by blow cover everything. O yung part nito na pwede namang self-paced, ipapa-pre-work ko.
Correct.
'Di ba? Or ipi-prepare para ma-prepare sila as part of the learning objective, isasama ko 'yan sa pre-work. Hindi the other way around, no?
And this also includes, di ba, kung meron kang mga assignments, di ba, based on maybe a pre-work that you had them read, di ba? Dapat kasama din sa learning objectives mo. Bakit, ano yung gusto mong ma-cover? Bakit mo pinapagawa yung pre-work na mga assignments mo? Tama ba?
Sorry, hindi ko masyado
Sorry.
na-gets yung ano.
Sabi ko, kunyari, after nilang manood ng isang video, ganyan.
Oo.
Tapos may assignment ka pa, di ba, na, o sige, ano yung maggawa ka ng training plan or whatever, learning, parang start and continue after the video. So this is also part of the learning objectives.
Oo, dapat lahat 'yon serves the objectives kasi yun yung ano Tandaan natin yung training is a means to an end. No, yung training ay hindi destination Kaya tayo nagpapa-training kasi merong nakatuhog yan sa individual and organizational performance. So lahat ng gagawin mo doon sa training, yung design, the methodologies that you're going to use, the amount of time you're going to spend should serve the objectives that serves as the bridge between the training and the organizational goals and objectives. So lahat 'yan. Kaya nga yung iba parang kapag ka nagdi-discuss ako ng training design, parang napaka-metikloso naman ng training objectives. Yan, 'di ba? Ang importante yung content, lalo na mga subject matter expert, 'di ba? Kabisado ko na 'to Alam na alam ko 'to gawin. So therefore, alam na alam ko ring ituro. And they only fully appreciate it once they go through the training design, kasi kapag kumbaga hindi ka well oriented on the discipline of training design, usually kaya ka naglalagay ng learning objective kasi sabi ng management maglagay ka ng learning objectives. So naglalagay ano ba learning objective, pagkatapos mo ma-design yung training, pagkatapos mo magawa yung mga presentation, now ano ang objectives? Ayun, kaya yung sinabi rito I think si Zik ba yung nagsabi no na minsan yung process yun yung objectives, yung
Oo,
agenda, yung
correct.
pagkakasunod-sunod
Yeah.
ng
Yung
ano.
enabling. Oo. Nagiging
Oo.
process, ano siya, flow, which is
Oo,
not.
oo.
Kasi nga,
Yeah.
lagi kong sinasabi sa mga trainers, pag sinasabi na, bakit kailangan pa ng training design? Meron na akong
Oo.
ginawang PowerPoint presentation dyan. Alam na alam ko na yan. Diba? Sinasabi ko, paano pag wala ka? So, pag iraran namin yan, diba?
Yeah.
Or i-revise namin yan, kailangan balikan namin yung training design, diba?
Oo.
And that's one
Pero
of the
also,
uses of the design. Yes,
yes. Pero also there's a science behind learning eh. You don't
yes.
just pick up something dahil binanggit or present. There's a whole science behind how people learn, and kaya nga may difference in how children learn, how adults learn, and even 'di ba may isa pa nga yung sa elderly, sa senior, there's a different learning
Oo.
science then on how they learn. So we need to design according to how people learn, and I know magta-touch pa tayo dyan even more in the next
Yeah.
episode, but once, and like Ed said, no, I hindi ako nasa-surprise doon. Maybe you don't understand the value once you go into the session at natutunan mo siya, right? Then you can't do it any other way. After
Correct.
nga ng objectives, kailangan muna paano mo i-measure yung ano nun eh, yung outcomes nun before pa yung topic, right?
Correct.
So there's really several steps before you decide anong i-cover natin dito.
Yan.
Okay.
So, umuusok na yung ating chat.
Oh,
Ito yung maganda yung sinabi ni June. One of the things na natutunan ko naman doing consulting work with Australia Awards is yung workplace development objectives, which are usually outcome objectives, no? Ito actually ito yung driver ng training. Bakit tayo nagte-training? Because halimbawa, we want to improve the service culture of the company. We want to increase sales. We want to reduce customer complaints. So mga outcomes siya. Kaya importante ito kasi when you develop the rationale, when you try to justify the existence of the training to your key stakeholders, no, your CFO and the CEO, you should be able to point out on those workplace development objectives that are results based, no. So tama 'yun. Dapat 'yun lumabas sa TNA. Dapat mag-surface 'yun sa TNA. Oo.
May sinasabi pa dito si Zeke yata. Meron pa siyang model na sinasabi. Kendall and Marzano. Self-system, metacognitive system,
Yeah, oo.
cognitive system. Actually,
Actually,
maraming models no?
oo, kaya lang, and then there's the reason, I think, kasi si Zix yung kanyang passion for
Learning.
theories and concepts of learning is talaga namang napakalalim, but there's a reason why we look at the parang yung basic, pinakamadaling maintindihan, because you're dealing with trainers who are engineers, alam mo yon, and they don't have enough in their mental cap para dun sa iba't ibang mga theories and concepts of learning. So you have to give them something na they can easily, ito na, okay na to, pwede na to. If you're able to do it, uh, you should be on your way, no? Okay na yan. You can, that will help you design the training. Pero sa totoo lang, napakarami nga. Which brings me, ang bilis kasi ng oras, no? Meron na lang tayong 15 minutes. Do's and don'ts in writing learning objective. No? Ano yung mga do's and don'ts in writing learning objectives? Pearl, ikaw, anong yung do's and don'ts?
I think, well, in my experience in creating training, no, sa akin talaga, napakahalaga talaga ng Blooms. Talagang, maraming sigurong models na lumalabas na ngayon, but siguro dahil
Hala.
tanda na akong trainer. Kaya hanggang ngayon, Blooms pa rin ang binabalik-balikan ko kasi napakadaling intindihan. And when I also teach my trainers, diba, on how to create training design, I would always refer back to Blooms. At yung mga trainers ko na matagal na silang mga nagte-training sa BPO, ganyan. Pag sinabi ko sa kanila, oh, sige, pag gumawa ng training design, just look at Blooms. Nagugulat sila, meron palang ganyan. So, makikita mo talaga yung science ng buong process ng training. I think one of the do's for me is always to go back to Blooms para makita mo talaga kung performance-based. Kung wala dun sa mga listahan ni Blooms, tanungin mo na yung sarili mo, performance-based ba itong ginawa kong objectives? So sa akin, malaking do talaga yung malaking do. Yung bumalik tayo doon sa Bloom's taxonomy.
Okay,
Ayan.
don'ts. Ay, sige, do's. AM, ikaw. Anong recommendation mo sa do's?
Sa akin, sa do, isa-isa lang. You know how you would read some objectives na parang sa isang sentence gusto tatlong bagay yung
Ito yung
hinahanap.
sinasabi ni Zik kanina na combo objectives.
Oh, yes.
Parang
Mga ganon.
mga 2-in-1
Correct.
objectives. Tama.
So,
Ako
yes.
ang suggestion ko ay learner-centered. Kasi
Yes.
minsan may mga nababasa ako ng mga proposals o kaya outline na yung learning objective talks about what the trainer is going to do rather than what the learners are going to acquire through the training. Di ba?
Ayan. Sabi nga ni Adi, do start with the phrase at the end of the ganyan, the participants shall be able to. It ensures that the learning objectives are learner-centric.
Tama yan.
Yan. Sabi nga ni Zik, ang kape pwedeng 3-in-1, pero sa objectives, hindi dapat. Yan. How about don'ts?
Don'ts. Sa akin, over-promising. Yung mga objectives na imposible mo ma-achieve doon sa doon sa time frame at saka doon sa like even if you have sufficient time during the training, minsan sa kagustuhang i-market, ibenta yung program, OA yung mga mga objectives. Madalas kong makikita ko sa mga public run na mga programs na talaga matututo ng halimbawa recently may nakita ko na nag-o-offer ng certification sa HR. Tapos ang nakalagay learn about learning and development. Yung buong end-to-end process ng ADI in 4 hours. Talaga ba? Matututunan yan sa 4 hours yung siguro yung definition ng ADI, no? At saka yung mga surface level understanding of what ADI you can achieve in 4 hours. But being able to do instructional design just because you attended a 4-hour session na part pa ng 2 days or 3 days session in HR. Parang binubudol mo yung learners noon di ba? Kasi sinasabi mong, so wag mambudol sa learning objectives. Yan. At nangangati ako every time na nakakakita ako ng mga ganyan. Ano pang don'ts?
Ikaw, AM, ano pang mga don'ts? Meron si Adi, never ever use learn, know, and understand. If I see this in training proposal, red flag na yun.
Correct. X na kagad, no?
Oo. Ikaw, AM, may don't ka pa ba?
Sa don't, medyo connected siya in a way to what Ed just mentioned. Pero it's also cautionary, kumbaga. Kung hanggang saan lang sa Blooms, which is yung question ko kanina. If, for example, we're talking about hand washing, kung hanggang application lang yung learning objectives natin. Minsan kasi, feeling natin, kailangan natin ng buuin siya lahat, no? There's nothing wrong if a training only has lower order thinking skills na objectives. Walang masama doon kasi yun yung kailangan nating matutunan. Hindi lahat requires higher order thinking skills. So, apply lang to the level of the objectives that the learner has to achieve. Wag natin silang pahirapan. Kung hand washing lang po, wag na po mag-analyze or create a new way of washing hand. Walang ganon.
Develop a personal plan of hand washing.
Correct.
Oo, para magka-synthesis, no?
Oo,
Oo.
simplehan lang.
Teka,
Oo.
maganda tong sinabi ni Miggy, yung be ready to discern where you'll
Yes.
cluster them. Yung tatlong domains, 'di ba? Yung cognitive, affective, at saka psychomotor. Does anyone know why there's more focused on cognitive in writing learning objectives and less on the psychomotor and affective? Yan. 'Di ba? Napansin
May
nyo na
patanong.
oo,
May
oo.
pa-quiz.
May pa-quiz. Bakit yung yung cognitive ang ginagamit? Although sa trainer's training sinasabi merong cognitive, may affective at may psychomotor, 'di ba? Pero bakit yung pagka sumulat ka ng enabling objectives or learning objectives, mas malalim yung we lean hard on cognitive. And I think I don't know if it's just me, less on the affective and the psychomotor.
Sa akin, madaling i-test eh.
Ah,
Yun yung, I would say,
yung cognitive. Ah,
reason, yeah.
pero kasi yung ang napansin ko rin kasi ano to yung hindi to isa-isa 'di ba? Na sa ano siya, merong yung level mula dun sa mababaw hanggang dun sa malalim or from lower
Yes.
to higher. Ano siya, nagpo-progress siya mula dun sa pababa pataas. Pero ang ginagamit natin yung cognitive kasi training in particular is knowledge transfer. Oo. Pero sa comprehension, usually meron tayong mga learning objective. For example, explain the importance of properly written enabling objectives, which has some valuing elements in it, di ba?
Mhm.
So yun. Maraming sagot dito. Okay.
Programs that require
Oo,
psychomotor
totoo yun.
concentration takes time.
It does. Oo. So yun yung ano, kasi naitatanong din yan sa akin during training. Sinasabi sa akin ng participant, sir, bakit masyado yung concentration natin dun sa cognitive and less on the affective? And then the skills, yung skills we can only achieve sa training, as far as skills is concerned, we can only achieve yung conscious competence
Correct.
yung unconscious competence, yung hindi mo na minamind kung tama o mali yung ginagawa mo. That happens through repetition, di ba?
And I think
Oo.
this is what the importance of the TNA is, di ba? Yung moving nga from TNA to designing Kasi
Mm-mm.
kasi minsan yung mga trainers, tayong mga trainers, ang tingin natin, parang zero knowledge yung mga participants natin
Yes.
about this certain topics. Kaya, binobombard natin sila ng knowledge, di ba? Kasi yung feeling natin, baka hindi nila alam to. Magandang alamin nila to, di ba? Yung mga ganon. But part of the TNA should be knowing also what is your baseline. Ano yung knowledge base nung participants mo? Kasi para alam mo saan ka magte-take off when you design.
Mm-mm. Tama yun. Binapasok tong ayun sabi ni Adrian. Hi Adrian, buti nandito ka sir. Ayun, usually kapag ka yung training mo may combination ng classroom at saka laboratory, mas mataas yung chances na ma-achieve mo yung yung halimbawa, meron kang 2 days na training tapos may laboratory ka na 1 week or 1 month. Then you get to achieve yung psychomotor, yung deeper level psychomotor.
Yan, meron si Miggy. I hope may time pa utilizing Blooms. Ano sa domains niya ang pwedeng i-classify under knowledge, skills, and attitude. Sinabi natin kanina, no? But since sabi mo nga, I hope may time pa, wala na. 5 minutes na. Yan ang problema sa ating usapang training. But I'm sure you can appreciate itong mga ganitong discussion. It actually spurs you to learn more. And the only way you can learn more is not through only these kinds of discussion, but also attending yung mga certification courses natin. Max, may pa-plug. Diba? Yung mga certification courses natin sa PSTD kasi yun yung mas in-depth. Kasi dito, mas, sabi nga, community learning lang ito, di ba? So, kung gusto ninyong mas matuto, magandang mag-attend kayo nung certification courses natin on the different skills ng trainer. Yan. So, only 4 minutes left. Siguro
Shout out.
final words from...
Sorry, go.
Yes.
Go.
Yes, AM. Sige.
No, I was gonna say lang pa-shout out kay Nerissa, no? Kasi I think she shared 2 files today that's helpful sa discussion. So, thank you, Nerissa.
Yan. Okay. So, with only 3 minutes left in the time, so final words on remember yung topic natin is just learning objectives. We still have yung topic natin next week, which is a very good training or learning session from Marby. Yan, yung how to use design thinking. Yan. So, Ed and AM, any final words before we end today's session?
Okay, I almost feel sorry for those who are not in the Zoom. Kasi marami ring discussion na nangyayari sa FB Live. Kasi ang dami-dami talagang mga inputs dito sa chat that I hope trigger our curiosity and interest. I echo Pearl's call for people who haven't attended yung ating mga certification program who are like intrigued by what we're talking about, but also pick up the frameworks and concepts and theories shared in this session and in the chat. Kasi wala ka namang hindi makikita sa internet ngayon. Di ba? And look for books if you can, no? Look for books to read up. Kasi yung subject matter expertise mo, that's great. Pero yung pagde-design ng training so that you can translate your knowledge and skills into teachable materials requires understanding these theories and concepts. And please continue to to join us for more conversation on this topic. AM.
Right. So nakamute pala ako. May i-share lang ako sa chat. If you're only ever going to read one book on how to design learning, for me, it would be Design for How People Learn by Julie Dirksen. So, siguro for me, just yun yung reminder, no? We are training people and we need them not just to learn, but also change behaviors to achieve the outcomes. And so, it's really worth it to do it in the proper way. And hindi naman tayo natututo ng basta lang someone lists topics and nagsasalita lang, di ba? Talagang there's different ways to stimulate the brain and make sure that your learners are motivated. If you care about your learners, you will care about how your learning is designed and the business will reap the outcomes. So that's it for me. Thank you so much.
Ang gandang message sa akin. At the end of the day, di ba, we need to improve yung paano tayo nagte-training. It's not because magaling ka lang magsalita or sabi nga subject matter expert ka. That is the end all and be all of your training experience, di ba? Training itself is a science. May process yan, di ba? And we have to know the process. And that's part of your own individual parang growth as a trainer. Para naman hindi lang tayo tinatawag na facilitator or subject matter expert. Diba, we are trainers and that means, diba, kailangan i-elevate natin yung ating practice as a trainer. And we know the science behind training. Ayan si June. Nag-on na naman si June na feeling ko meron siyang gustong sabihin. Sige, June. Meron ka bang final words?
Nakamute po.
Mute po.
Sana marinig namin kayo.
Oo. Mas masaya pag
Okay, isa lang,
narinig.
magpapapicture lang sana tinawag niyo ako. Isa lang,
Okay.
this is from practical experience. So try to strengthen your quality assurance or quality control of your own output. Be your own critic. So kung may mga checkpoints ka na available naman yan, either through PSCD or through internet, kung yung design mo ba pasado, may criterion ba, tama ba yung objective. So when you do that discipline, eventually kahit hindi mo na nilalagyan ng talagang ganong checkpoints, nagiging automatic na. So if you are starting on this path, please do that. No? We in the consulting, we actually do that. We always establish when we review this, even our own output, ano yung checkpoints namin, right? Kahit Excel yan. And then we actually review materials, whether design or otherwise, using those checkpoints. Yung mga do's and don'ts. So let's start that
Yan.
discipline. Thank you.
So, with that, salamat na naman po for joining
Yes.
us this Sunday. And can we all please turn on our cameras para sa ating
Ito yung inintay ko
Oo. ating groupie.
Ang
Yan.
puti nyo nga today Sir
Oo
June.
nga. Ganyan yata pagka nasa labas ka. Yan. So, pa-turn on naman po ng ating mga camera.
Shout out kay kasamang Louie, nasa atin po din.
Yes.
Hindi lang
Oo.
nagpapakita but he's with us.
Okay lang tayo nakatambay. Sanay na sanay tayo niyan. Sunday Hindi tayo nagre-require ng corporate.
Correct.
Yan. So, ayaw magbukas ng iba. Sana buksan natin ng ating mga camera para masaya naman. Yan. So, si Norma ng ating photographer.
Ayan. So, let me just have the screenshot pa, no? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Chip, ma'am.
Ganyan na.
1, 2. Thank you
Alright.
so much, everyone.
Salamat
Thank you,
po.
everyone.
Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat.
Happy
Salamat.
weekend. The rest of you.
Bye-bye.